I'm not late. You're late. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here,
And Mickeyfan.
and welcome to the segment that I like to call, in the honor of one of my favorite Decemberist songs, "The Singer Addresses His Audience." Um, this is going to be kind of like, yeah, I know I've been gone for like a week, and I know the last time that I was like publicly on the boards, shit was kind of crazy. So I'm just going to kind of address the controversy, address what I've decided my role in the season is going to be going forward, and then go from there. And then we'll get to the thing that you guys are all actually want to talk about, which is the power of eating. It's fucking driving the shit out of me. There, be gone, be gone. That's what I'm. Hold on, these bottles of water too. Fuck these bottles of water. That's what I'm talking about with the OCD Mickey fan. Oh, you see Bob Jackson back there? You see Bob Jackson? Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney sure did him right. Right, anyways. Oh god, Pink Pearl, you do have no idea what's going on, Pink Pearl. Nice to see you though, Pink Pearl.
Hello, Pearl.
Yeah. Pink Pearl, I do want to just acknowledge, Alex, she is making a murder mystery Christmas village in Animal Crossing. And it's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing. So I just want to acknowledge how cool that is, Pink Pearl. All right. So yes, the singer addresses his audience. Guys, last week was obviously a little bit tumultuous. Like I said, I wasn't as anti-Epcot as some of the other judges were, but overall the sentiment was kind of like, we don't necessarily like where this is going. It's going to be really hard to choose a head of household. And Mickey Fan, most importantly for me, the hard part about last week is that I knew that no matter what we did, people were going to be upset with it. Yeah. And that was kind of what led me to what happened in my reaction, at least on my end. So obviously, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. I don't want to say anyone was out of line, because they weren't. They really weren't. Were some people a little hard? Like, honestly, the one thing that I really regret happening in everything that went down last week was the fact that Nigel did feel kind of pushed to the side, and he felt like his HOH was literally being challenged, and I think that was shitty. I do genuinely think that was pretty shitty. I don't think any of you intended for that to happen and for Nigel to feel that way, but I feel bad that it happened regardless. That being said, like it or not, Mickey Fan, it's another month. It's another month. Like, I will be 30 in a month and 13 days or something like that.
Oh, old man Tiki.
Shut up. So yeah, I am supposed to be an elder statesman of this group. I am. I don't think 30 is inherently old by any means, but it's, I've definitely got some maturity on a lot of y'all. And so when I come out with this bullshit, and I will call it bullshit on my end, because that's what it is. When I come out with this bullshit about blah, 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 I don't have any friends and I can't communicate, and poor me on the podcast, blah, 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 blah. It's honestly a little embarrassing in retrospect. And a lot of you guys came to my defense and, said, we're really outspoken that you weren't upset with me personally. And I'm thankful for that. But, I will say the one thing that I did that I genuinely just still I'll just call myself out on this. So Doug posted a really, because of course Doug, he mostly just does the whole memes in the diary room, and it's great. But he kind of took the time to post some advice, and to kind of just cool me down. And Mickeyfan, I was not ready to take advice. I was not ready to be cooled down. I basically spat in his face a little bit with that, and I don't want to repeat exactly what I said, but I was pretty damn petty, and I fucking genuinely apologize. I don't know. And so here's what the deal is, guys. I decided to step away from the game for about a week, and I'm back now, but I'm not really back in an official capacity just yet. I still Seasons of Fantasy is something I still have not fully read all of that. I've read parts of it. I haven't gotten around to reading Tomorrowland. I haven't gotten around to reading this project, though I should. Just suffice to say, there's been a lot going on. All good stuff. I'm preparing for a trip that may or may not happen. God willing, please let it happen. Obviously the 30th birthday stuff. Work's been really busy. So also we've been doing a shit ton of Halloween podcasts for the channel as well. Trying to get all those out. 13 podcasts in 1 month is no small feat, let me tell you. Honestly, in November, I think I should have time to really get caught back up on what's going on. And, as the figurehead of this game, I do think it is kind of my responsibility to get myself caught up. But in the meantime, Mickeyfan, I will say that you, Goofy, Evan, you guys are just fucking great, and I love you. And
you don't have to tell us stuff we already know.
So you guys can just keep.
It does get you everywhere, but
I think in the meantime, you guys can just keep rocking the reviews. I'm gonna make a genuine effort to join in on the Veto podcast this time around. But if I don't make it, I don't make it. I'm not gonna beat myself up because I know that there's gonna be a couple people that can come on for that either way. And honestly, guys, I am in the middle of writing the radio drama. I am a little bit intimidated by the editing process. That's honestly what. Thank you, Pink Pearl. Thank you. And I hope that 30 is treating you well, Pink Pearl, because I'm terrified of it. I'm terrified.
Just a number.
Yeah, well, but so yeah, I just genuinely hope that we can all get past the whole Tiki having an emotional freak out over some qualms that people were having in the game that were not worth having an emotional freak out over. It's something I'm genuinely kind of embarrassed by. I don't want it to be a black mark on the season. And from what I've been hearing in the conversations, you guys being the fellow judges, you really seem to think this may be one of the best projects so far.
I really like what they did with this project. Yep. My expectations were exceeded.
Oh, by the way, Mickeyfan, do we have a prompt for the veto?
I started writing it.
You might want to get on that.
It'll be up. Trust me, it'll be up tonight.
I'll take your word for that. Okay, so yeah, with all that, like I said, with the radio drama, I am intimidated by the editing. That's kind of the thing that's kind of making me nervous about writing the thing. And I don't know. I will admit it's becoming a bit intimidating. The fact that we're about halfway through, and I've only done a third of the episodes, and even if we do get all 6 episodes, that's still cutting down from the original 12 I had planned. I don't want to get myself bummed out about that. I do have a good plan for the radio drama. I just need to find a way to execute it. I did it. Yeah, Mickeyfan, you had some wow moments in that radio drama.
There are there are moments that I am so excited for people's reaction.
Yeah, so It's
There are
all a matter of
moments
building
that
it.
will probably piss some people off. Let me say that. I'm fully
Well, that's
expecting
why I'm
people to be
excited for the
angry.
reaction. I mean, let's be honest. But, oh god. So yeah. Um, but like I said, guys, it's not like I'm gonna like actively just disappear from the podcasts. I might be in less podcasts moving forward, or I might still be on a break this week. But I do still want to engage in this game by all means.
You're basically gonna be mysterious Uncle Tiki who sometimes shows up, sometimes doesn't.
Sure, I can take that. I can take that. I mean, we already know I'm mentally unstable, so hey, that's part of it.
Hey, it works.
All right. Oh, if you can't laugh at yourself, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, Alex, I am going to go ahead and turn it to you, my friend. Who won head of household and why, and what are their nominees?
Paragon won. Just Paragon from the word go kind of had his finger on the trigger button. Just totally no finger on the trigger button. No taking charge, stepping back when he needed to, but no going in with the plan, no, and executing on it and executing on it well.
Yeah, it was honestly kind of the opposite of last week. Like you guys were pretty clear cut. Like, yeah, Paragon, no question. And I was kind of like, hey, what about Mickey Nerd? You know, like, oh, Mickey Nerd, he's improved his social game, but it's Paragon.
Yeah, it was Paragon.
It was kind of a landslide.
It honestly was. And then
Also, I think it's impressive that so far we've gotten 6 individual head of households when we haven't like actively been avoiding repeating ones that have already gotten it before.
I think who's the only repeat been? I think we've only had one repeat.
Has
right?
there been a repeat? I don't think there's been a repeat. Because Space was week 1, Ace was week 2. Help me out here.
Was Ace week 2?
No,
Pie was week 2. Pie was week 2.
Oh, Pie. Okay, Pie was week 2. I keep forgetting about week 2 because we had dropouts.
Yeah.
Ace was week 3 then.
Hang on, let me pull up my doc.
Because Doug was week 4, Nigel was week 5, and now Paragon's week 6. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I just rolled through them all.
Yeah, we have Space, Pie, Ace, Doug, and Nigel. Yeah, and now Paragon.
And yeah, like I said, that's impressive considering it's not like I literally don't think there's been any conversation in the judging at all of like, hey, we better make sure that we give it to different people each time.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's like we've considered Ace on a lot of them, actually.
Yeah. Ace and Mickey Nerd have honestly been the bridesmaids.
Yeah, Mickey Nerd, I don't want this to sound bad, but if it makes you feel better, you didn't almost win this time around. It wasn't very close.
Paragon got this in a landslide.
Yeah. I think last time I was fighting for you to win almost until the end, Mickey Nerd, and I just got outvoted. This time, no, it was never gonna happen. I don't wanna crush your dreams.
It was kind of unanimous from the word go.
I was the one that threw out his name just because I do want Mickey Nerd to eventually win, just because he's obviously thirsty for it. But
yeah,
nah, it was never gonna happen. But
but on that note, Peregrine has nominated Mickey Nerd and Rare Panther.
All right, and this was an interesting set of nominations that I don't necessarily agree. I definitely agree with Bear Panther. I agree with Bear Panther. No offense, no offense intended at all, but Bear Panther I think has kind of been a little bit skating by. However, he did have a really good veto project last round. I'll give you that much.
He was.
I'm just saying on the brainstorming side of things, he's really kind of skating by.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's kind of skating by, and a fire under the ass that does a lot, but sometimes it doesn't do enough.
But Mickey Nerd, obviously I don't want to tell these people how to play the game. It's the very nature of the game that these people can play however the hell they want. But if I were playing the game, I would not nominate Mickey Nerd because Mickey Nerd is definitely I think it's kind of night and day. His social game has dramatically improved from week 5.
It really was shockingly.
Right, Peregrine says this was the toughest decision I have had to make, and it was not personal at all. I absolutely believe that, Peregrine.
Honestly, I honestly can't think of a reason for anyone to really be nominated this week. I think everyone had just an outstanding showing.
Sure. So, I do admit, though, I do feel bad for Mickey Nerd because he had a rough week last week. He turned it around. He genuinely turned it around, but it wasn't enough, apparently. So, so I will admit, obviously we as judges, we can't do anything to influence the actual game, but but it's an interesting turn of events for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm really curious to see what y'all are going to come up with for this prompt, because should we tell them?
Let's get the players first.
All right.
All right, so I've given up on the gimmick of just the really shitty, cheap things to draw from. Let's get a little professional, Alex. Let's get a vague sense of professionalism going on here. Let's get an actual real. Which is something that honestly we should have done. We should have been doing with this thing for the, because now obviously people, because with drawing the names out of the hat, people I'm not saying I did this because I definitely did just put one name each, but people don't know that I could put whatever the hell names I want into the hat. Now y'all know, y'all see. Pie, Ace, House Guest Choice, D Hulk, Nigel, House Guest Choice, Dash Harbor, Outbound. You're all there. Y'all got a chance. All right, so let's start with Peregrine Spin. Ooh, sexy sound effects. Ooh, Peregrine.
Hey.
House Guest Choice. All right, Peregrine, don't answer that until we find out the other two players. But I know you're watching, so, keep in mind, I would like you to have a House Guest Choice live. All right. What?
That's always fun.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and delete one of the House Guest Choice. Apply wheel changes. All right, we always do this alphabetically, so let's start with Brer Panther in terms of the nominees. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy, but whatever. Oh, come on. I apologize. That is pretty damn laggy. Oh, man. Okay, maybe picking names out of the hat is the better option. I don't know. This is kind of ridiculous. You can see it, right? It's just
Yeah. It's just
okay. Jesus
laggy.
Christ. Oh my. Okay. Wow. House Guest Choice again. All right, so Brer Panther gets a House Guest Choice. That's the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
So once again, I don't think Bear Panther is watching live, but if you happen to be, just hold off on your house guest choice until we figure out what the veto player for Mickey Nerd is going to be.
We know this one's not going to be a house guest choice.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
Oh God! Can
Okay,
you
let's.
imagine if we had 3 house guest choices?
Okay. Incredibly laggy wheel. Okay, I'm going back to the hat next time. Seriously, this is ridiculous. I'm not joking in the slightest.
Beowulf says to use a list randomizer next time, which, yeah.
That's not as fun though. That's not as
No,
dramatic.
it's not. Doug.
All right, D Hulk. Okay, so with that in mind, Peregron, you can use you can select basically anyone except for Doug. Who do you want to be your house guest choice? Hulk angry, yes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Ace. I think that I think that a list randomizer would definitely be efficient. I just don't think it would be dramatic in the same way picking a name would be. Because with picking a name, there's always that that really I don't know. I mean, at least I get a thrill out of reaching my hand in and moving all the names around. All right,
Outbound.
so totally see what you mean about that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All right, so outbound. I was gonna say outbound wins. A little presumptive there.
Well,
All right, so we have, and we're still waiting on Brer Panther. We're gonna have to get to them in the diary room.
yep.
But we have Peregron, Mickey Nerd, Outbound. Outbound picked for veto, 7,000. Me picked 0. Pain. Okay, so I'm sorry, Brer Panther, Mickey Nerd, Peregron, D Hulk, Outbound, and whoever Brer Panther's house guest choice is. So we will get back to you with who Brer Panther's house guest choice is as soon as they send it to us. All right, Alex, please tell them. Do you have the prompt ready to go or?
Not written up, but I have it ready.
Of course you don't, you fucking whore. I'm just kidding. Oh wow, that came out way harsher than I meant to. All right, Alex, please tell us what is the power of veto going to be?
So we're gonna keep to the entertainment thing, but we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. We're gonna be doing an animatronic show. And let me just say, do you know how fucking hard we've worked to fit this animatronic show prompt in?
Wow, oh that got dark.
Can we just take this journey? Like, please, let's
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Recap it.
Originally, it was for the Adventureland prompt. And then that chaos happened. And then we moved it to and then we moved it to the Small World Land prompt.
Mm-hmm.
And then was it Doug who wrote the Small World show?
I want to say it was Peregron. I could be wrong. I apologize.
But someone threw out a Small World animatronics show, so we decided
Sponsored by UNICEF.
Yes. So we realized, shit, now we gotta move this thing again. And then so we moved it to this entertainment round because the original plan was, I want to say it was a parade, but that got thrown out the window Right
You
in
guys
round
have
one.
designed enough parades in your armchair imagineering careers. We don't need you to design another one. Like, let's face it, Mickey fan, parades, like, I know there's a subset of people that love designing them, but for like
Hello.
99% of armchair imagineers, parades are like the water levels of armchair imagineering.
Oh, I love them. I love them.
Well, some people like water levels too. I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, so like it's been a journey to get here for this prompt.
Mhm.
We hope that you do not make us regret it.
Yeah.
Um,
Animatronic Yeehaw Bob.
honestly, like
I mean,
if you
honestly, if they made him like super fluid, like an animatronic that could get up and dance on the piano, how crazy would that be?
not very realistic, but not bad.
All right. Immortalize the man. Okay. So yeah, so you guys, how you guys doing? Geeks Comic. Do we know Cosmics Entertainment?
No.
All right, we're doing great, Geek Comics Entertainment, but
We don't know who you are, but welcome.
let me just say you've stumbled onto a podcast where it's like unless you're already in the unless you've already been following this competition, you probably are going to have no idea what's going on. I was in Human. What? I'm terribly sorry. Oh God. I had the
Animatronic butt cluck.
You know who's my butt cluck? This guy. This guy right there.
Oh,
I'm like
David
trying
Tennant.
to point, but I can't because it's like
Inhuman Quake.
oh, Inhuman Quake. Oh, okay, Inhuman Quake. Gotcha. Yes, I know who you are. Absolutely. I
Do you
remember.
actually know who they are?
Yes. You just changed your username, you son of a gun, you. Yeah, absolutely. I know. I remember you in Human Quake. Totally. Nice to see you. But like I said in Human Quake, this is a really fun game, but you're probably going to be lost on the goings on of this podcast, and
Yeah.
you know. But hey, nice to see you. And if I see Geek Cosmics Entertainment around again, I will know who you are now because we made a point of establishing that. All right. Yeah. The Yeehaw Bob is the true butt cluck. Have a good night,